tonight's sponsor, Magic Spoon. Growing up, I really didn't eat much cereal. My parents thought it was too sugary, and they're probably right. I really don't eat that much cereal today for the same reason. Cereal really holds me over for maybe an hour or two, and I'm starving before lunch. Magic Spoon has set out to solve that problem. They done reinvented cereal. 0 grams of sugar. 13 to 14 grams of protein. Bros. And only 4 grams of carbs. Only 140 calories per serving. Keto-friendly, gluten-free, low carbs, grain-free, soy-free, and non-GMO cereal. Are you kidding me? Their variety pack comes with 4 different flavors. Cocoa, frosted, fruity, my personal favorite, and peanut butter, a close second. I've actually been eating it as more of a midnight snack. It's really been the only snack that I've had out here in Colorado. I've been loving it. It tastes so great. I feel great before I go to bed. I don't really feel as bad about it because there's not much sugar. And then I get some protein in me before I go to sleep. I don't even know if that's healthy or not, but I feel good. Magic Spoon is so confident that you'll love their cereal that if you don't love it, it's 100% money back guarantee. So if you want to get your hands on some Magic Spoon, this code right here, this one, you see it, use that one and get $5 off your order. Once again, thank you Magic Spoon. Let's get to the video. Shoo, shoo. It's Sufficient Whispers, back on the mic, and I am outside, sitting on a massive rock, and I got a big old boulder behind me. I had to try to find some shade so this boulder is protecting me from the sun. I am out here in Estes Park, Colorado for the entire summer. If you've been wondering why I haven't been uploading as much, it's because it's really difficult to upload out here. I live in a large dorm, and it's usually pretty loud, and I have a roommate. I've never had a roommate before, where I actually share a roommate, or a room with them, except for about 2 weeks ago when I moved into my house. So this new roommate thing is, I should say this roommate thing is new to me. You might be able to hear some hikers along the trail that I walked down in order to get here. I absolutely love it. Out here in Estes Park, I love waking up to the mountains. The fresh air, especially. They were not kidding about the elevation out here. It is hard. It is hard to get used to. The breathing was difficult for probably the first 2 weeks. I played basketball the second day that I was out here, and I only played 2 games. And as I was walking back to the building to take the basketball to, I started losing my vision. I thought I was going out. I thought I was going down. But it did take a couple days, and I would say that I'm pretty used to it now. I've gone on quite a few hikes. I think I've gone on like 5 hikes now. So I'm probably in the best running shape of my life. Probably just because I've been living out here and hiking a lot. Another hard thing about the elevation, and I'll just tell you this for reference. Denver is 5,000 feet in elevation. Where I am, it's 8,000 in elevation. So Denver's is, the city that people talk about for sports. When people have to go play the Broncos, they bring extra oxygen, and the players get out of breath easily. Imagine being 3,000 feet higher than that. That's where I am. That's where I'm living. So I'm living about a mile away from before I went to bed. And that's getting a little bit better. But also another reason is that my roommate likes to sleep with a fan on. And so that also dries it out a little bit more. But I'm not complaining because sometimes it gets hot. I've done a good amount of hikes. I've been to Eagle Cliff. It's called Twin. What is it called? Twin Sisters. Yeah, it's called Twin Sisters. I've been to Sprague Lake. I've been to a little hike called Bible Point here at the YMCA. And I went to Lake Ypsilon. So yeah, 5. I've also explored the beauty of wool socks and bamboo socks. I've pretty much worn cotton socks my entire life, except when I went on a cruise. I bought a pair of bamboo socks on the cruise ship, and I still have them to this day, and they are some of my favorite socks. And I was having a conversation with a friend, and she was very impressed by my bamboo socks and how passionate I was about my one pair of bamboo socks. And so she bought me 3 more pairs of bamboo socks, and I actually have them on right now. They're fantastic. And then I've also bought a couple pairs of wool socks just to hike in. They're so much nicer than cotton socks, but they're also a lot warmer. So if you're not super active or you don't have boots on, you don't really need them. But bamboo socks, if you have a chance to check some of those out, go get some bamboo socks. Another thing that I'm super excited about is that I get to go see a concert at the Red Rocks Amphitheater. That has been on my bucket list for quite a while. If you guys remember, I was gonna go to Yosemite last summer, and I was gonna stop out at Red Rocks on the way. And it didn't matter who was out there. I was gonna go to a concert. But since I'm out here about an hour and a half away from Red Rocks Amphitheater, I get to go see Camp, my favorite band of 2021, and maybe a little bit of 2020. I don't exactly remember when I discovered them, but I absolutely love the band Camp, CAAMP. If you don't know them, go check them out. It's just a guitar, banjo, and a bass, and they go at it. The lead singer has a super raspy voice, and I am absolutely in love with the band. I get to go see them at Red Rocks on July 14th, so if you're going out to that concert, maybe I'll be able to meet you guys. And when I found out the camp was going to be at Red Rocks, I lost it. I mean, I absolutely lost it. I think I literally screamed like a little girl. I don't know if I've ever been that excited in my whole life. I think when I was like 5 years old, my parents told me that I was going to Disney World, and I jumped up and I hit the cabinet on the top of my head. Like, I jumped up and I hit the cabinet, and I got a knot on the top of my head, and I think that was the last time I was that excited. But on another note, I have a really stupid, funny story to tell. So, last week, I had to fly back home to Columbus for a wedding. I was going to be in a wedding. It was a good friend of mine from college getting married. Love them to death. And so when I went to go get fitted, I had my tux delivered to Denver so that I could pick it up in Denver, get it resized if I needed to, and then fly home with it, because my flight was going to come in really late the night before the wedding. So that day that I was supposed to fly home, I got to Denver super early. My flight was at 5 p.m. and I got to Denver really early, probably around 10 a.m. And I got there and I went to Voodoo Donuts. Voodoo Donuts. Voodoo Donuts. My favorite donut place ever. The best donuts I've ever had in my whole life, without a doubt. My dad went to Denver a few years back, maybe 4 years ago, maybe longer, I don't know. But he took me sitting on a bench with maybe about 7, 8 moms and about 15 children. But it was a great time. And then I went over to Mile High Stadium, and I had looked like maybe a 10-year-old boy walking with 2 of his friends. I had him take a picture next to the statue in front of their stadium, and he pulled the 45-degree angle out on him. So I was cool. And then after I went to Mile High Stadium, actually, while I was there, I bought an old school Denver Broncos hat with one of their old school logos. Andy, who you guys know pretty well, who's one of my best friends, has been in a couple videos. He bought this entire Denver Broncos sweatsuit at Marshall's, and I think the whole thing was like $15 and all. And it's the old school Denver logo, so I got a hat to match that sweatsuit. And then after I went to Mile High Stadium, I stopped over at Coors. I don't know if it's Coors Stadium or Coors Field, but it's where the Colorado Rockies play. And so I bought myself a hat in there. I try to buy a hat in every city that I go to. So I got me a Colorado Rockies hat. And so I was feeling a little bit anxious about flying, because I've never flown by myself for the first time, and I know that the Denver airport is the largest airport in the world. Not the busiest, but the largest in area. So I got there 4 hours early. And so it takes me probably an hour and a half to navigate through this place, because I'm not used to going through airports. I mean, I probably talked to 5 or 6 people to help guide me along the way. And so I finally get to my gate, and the guy sitting next to me, and I'm probably sitting next to him for about an hour. He stands up and he says, in more colorful language, "Gosh darn it." Multiple times, in many colorful ways. And in my head, I was saying, "You idiot. Like, you idiot, you've been sitting here for how long? And you missed your flight, you know?" So, I'm at the airport for 3 hours. Okay, my flight is about to leave in an hour. And I do the same thing. I probably said the same words that he did. I left my tux in Denver, and I'm gonna be in this wedding. Denver's too far away for me to go get my tux. And so I have to get on the plane and head back to Columbus without my tux, and I'm gonna be in that wedding. All I have are jeans and a WrestleMania t-shirt. And so, by the grace of God, my friend Joe had bought an extra tux, an extra suit. I don't know if it's a tux or a suit, because he didn't think that his was going to be ready in time. He tried his on, it was way too big. So he ended up buying one there that matched everything else. And then his actual suit came in time, so they had an extra suit for me. They ended up finding a bow tie. I don't know how it all ended up working out. It's silly. It's probably the dumbest thing that I've ever done in my whole life. I am, like, notoriously forgetful. But that was the worst thing that I possibly could have done. And I tried to deflect as much attention from it as I possibly could have, because I don't want to make them more stressed than they had to be. But Joe really took care of me. Thank you, Joe. And so I really got bailed out. But that was some of the most. I don't get embarrassed often, but I was very embarrassed for that wedding. So I was home. I got to see Paris and my family and Andy and his girlfriend, know if that's too much information, but it's fine. And I get really emotional at weddings. Weddings are beautiful. I love love. I love love. And so to watch two people get married and to choose each other and decide to choose each other for the rest of their lives is the most beautiful commitment, I think. One of the most beautiful commitments that people can make. And so I'm already emotional, and then Paris got there late because she had school, and I met her out in the parking lot, and I just bawled my eyes out when I met her out in the parking lot. I could hardly even tell her I loved her. I could hardly get it out. I was just so happy to see her. But that's gonna probably wrap it up for this video. At some point this summer, I'm pretty excited to announce that I'm gonna have J. Coles, the author, feature on a video. He's the author of Tyler Johnson Was Here. He's here at the YMCA with me, and he's a super good dude. I've spent a little bit of time with him this summer, and he said he's interested in trying out some ASMR. So I'm pretty excited to have him on the channel at some point this summer. So that'll wrap this video up. Thank you guys for being patient with me. I'm gonna try to continue to post videos, but it's not gonna be anywhere as consistent as I was during the spring semester. So love you guys. Enjoy your summer. Be adventurous. Go try new things. Go eat some new cereal, specifically Magic Spoon cereal. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.